Welcome to the October Student of the Month. It's actually the first one that we've started this year. And my name is Jennifer Ulix. I'm the Student Activities Director. So I welcome parents and grandparents. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here with our students. Staff, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time to nominate these wonderful kids. And thank you to Kelly Brogio, who does the behind the scenes for us. And Michelle Jones, she's going to take pictures for us. And Wildcat Productions, they are filming today, and you will be able to get this link on the website, and it's going to be a YouTube video, so you can download that, and you can forever watch the Student of the Month. You'll laugh at it, 10 years from now. You'll look at what you're wearing and think how silly that is. And certainly last but not least, Jack is the owner of our local Domino's, and he sponsors our lunch today, or our celebration today. He sends the kids home with a large certificate for a large pizza. So yes, 3-day weekend, call Domino's. You've got a free large pizza. Thank you, Jack. We really appreciate your partnership, so thank you for doing this with us. And students, you will go home with a goodie bag right here. Dr. Scott is modeling it for you. One of the most favorite parts of my job is when I get a list from Kelly of all of the students that have been nominated for Student of the Month. I send a pass for them, and they come to my office, and it never fails. Seniors are like terrified. They walk in my office and they're like, stone face. My office is right next to the main office, and some of them don't know who I am. So when they walk in, they're like, I have a pass to come see you. And they're just standing there terrified, thinking they're going to get in trouble. And then as soon as I say, well, you've been nominated as Student of the Month, they're like, I was? And their whole face changes. I've always wanted to put candid camera behind my desk so that I could show all of you students what you look like when you first walk in and then after I give you the news. It is one of the most coolest parts of my job. And it's also really cool to hear the teachers today tell about why you were selected, because it's very unique to every individual. So students, when you are called up, you're going to stand on the X so that we can get you in the frame of the camera. And staff members, come on up and you'll share with the group why you selected that student. Staff, feel free to read in your program booklet or just share off the cuff. And students, you will get a copy of the nomination in your booklet, and parents, you'll be able to see exactly what was written up for the students, so you have that as a keepsake. Okay, so without further ado, Dr. Scott will be our official MC today, so come on over. Thank you.
We love this. This is our favorite thing to do. This morning I said, it's Student of the Month today. And we had student leadership teams as well. It's always my favorite part of my job to spend time with students. And this gives me a glimpse into what you're like in the classroom. And also, it just solidifies one of the things that I think is so special about this place, and that's the relationship between students and teachers. And I think you'll feel that here today as well. And I want to say to you, as friends, family members of the students, you deserve this award here today too, because you send us students who are highly motivated, who have backgrounds that are so rich with wonderful experiences that we just get to take them home, right? We just get to take them on to the next step. In fact, as a side note, I've been observing teachers in the classroom this week, and I start out with first-year teachers, and many of them have taught at other schools. So I asked them, is Libertyville different? Is everything going okay? What's it like here? And 2 of the 4 teachers I've observed this week said, the kids do their homework. Like the first day, everybody turned everything in. They're asking me the questions. They're asking me, can they do more? So that's the students you send us. And this is the cream of the crop today. I also love when students ask me, how do you get to be Student of the Month? Like there's some secret formula that I could, give them a little morsel, and there really isn't. Have any of you been Student of the Month before in here today? Any students? So there are no repeats. So it really is a special, special honor, because think of the number of students each teacher in this room has in the course of a day, and they have to choose one. They have some over 100. So every once in a while, they come down and beg if they can choose 2, and usually we succumb after about an hour of talk. No, I'm just kidding, but just one. So that's really a special honor in itself. So we're going to start today by having Mr. Duffy come up. And he's going to introduce Olivia. So if Olivia could come to the front and stand on our X. Thanks.
Yeah, nothing. So my name is Mr. Duffy. I teach social studies. This year I'm teaching world history honors. In the past I've taught government and U.S. history, all sorts of stuff. And I've never had Olivia in class. Rather, I've had her in one of the two teams I coach, the mock trial team. And I want to start by saying Olivia is a wonderful kid, great student. And she came out for mock trial last year as a junior. And over the course of the year, she became an integral part of the team. On the mock trial team, students learn how to litigate from, the cases prepared by the Illinois State Bar Association. And kids learn, we teach them how to prepare an opening statement, deliver a direct examination, cross-examination, present as a witness, perform closing arguments against another school in a competitive setting. And students, over the course of doing that, learn self-confidence skills, learn how to speak in public, and they also learn how to think on their feet. And Olivia can be kind of shy. And last year, frankly, I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, well, how can I fit Olivia into what we do on mock trial? It's a performance element, and quite frankly, it's aggressive. Cross-examining between two buildings, or with another school, with trophies on the line, it's aggressive questioning, and I was worried that her shyness might hold her back. Boy, was I wrong. So in our trial, Olivia performed the role as a witness of a physician, as a doctor, who was going to face some pretty tough questioning because she basically had to flip her opinion in the course of the scope of the case. Simply put, she was amazing. In character, now, and I'm not saying this about any doctors in the room, but in character, she was aloof, arrogant, condescending, exactly how she needed to be in the delivery of her lines. She had these great, she just had this look about her, and there's like somebody be like, and you did this and that, and she's like, yes. And they're like, no further question, and then sit down. It was awesome. And she was one of our brightest stars. We had a young team, and she got recognized as one of the best witnesses in the state at our state tournament. And I'm so proud of this young lady. She just makes me so happy. She's our only senior. We have all underclassmen this year. And I look forward to seeing her grow as a performer. I look forward to her growing as a person, maybe even into a leader on the team. We'll see. I don't want to put too much pressure on her. She's also president of LEAF for the second year in a row. She's applying to college. She'll be hopefully attending Judson College. And I look forward to seeing where she ends up. And that's why I nominated her. Congratulations. We also have a mug for you from the social studies department. I can leave it over here. I don't want you to.
Mrs. Jones doesn't like anything.
No props.
We have to put, can I hide this behind you?
Yes.
You get to move it.
Come on in.
Congratulations. And I look forward to you leading the team this year. You're the only senior on the team? Is that what I heard you say, Mr. Duffy? Yay.
Senior, yeah.
Wow. Good job. They'll be counting on you. Next, we have Dr. Brown introducing Spencer.
This is Spencer Baumruck, everyone. I'm just gonna list off some of the things that I know about this young man and things that he can do or that he has done. He's been in choir with me since freshman year. He's also been involved in our theater program since freshman year. One of the very few handful of students who's been in all 4 of the musicals that they participated in high school. He's also been in my wife's dance troupe, Orchesis. It's a modern dance, jazz, contemporary dance group. So he sings, acts, dances. He is our student leader on the District 128 board. He's one of 2 students that goes and sits with a bunch of bigwig grown-ups and talks about the student presence at the school. It's a big job. He's my choir board president. He's fluent in French. Let's see, he bowls like at 200 average, high of 279. That's pretty awesome, any bowlers out there. And he's quite the mean roller skater. I don't know if you guys know this, but Spencer can roller skate circles around most anyone. This young man, while he is immensely talented and extremely intelligent, he's also the model student. I know that he is an example for other kids in his class, and he has been since freshman year. He's a leader, and he is the type of student that we all wish that everybody could be. They're all, not what we want them to be, but we feel very fortunate. I wrote this in the bio, but we feel very fortunate to have this guy in our program. It's going to be sad to see him go as he graduates, but we're really honored to give you this award. It's very well deserved, and I'm shocked that we haven't nominated you before now as a senior, so I'm really glad we had the opportunity to do that for all the things that you bring to our program. And you need to go see him dance in our fall musical as Graffiti Pete in the Heights, November 3rd, 4th, 5th. Here we go. All right, Spencer Baumrock, everybody.
I just recently got to know Spencer better through being a student school board rep and through student leadership teams, and through Life of a Wildcat, 2 things that struck me right away. With all that you do, you're never stressed. You always just are rolling with what's going on. And as a school board rep, you speak your voice, you're very honest, but you're very positive. You have a really strong voice for the students, and they should be proud of that, glad for that. I am. Next we have Ms. Stephenson, and she's introducing Kara or Kara? Kara, come on up.
Alrighty, Emily Stevenson, and I'm in a unique situation being a maternity sub. I come in and out of Libertyville High School. My kids go to school here. I've also been a tutor for many years. Kara and I have bonded over The Great Gatsby. We've bonded over literature. We've bonded over poetry. And I love what Kara does with words. And so when the email went out to nominate, I was really excited. I'm like, gosh, can I nominate someone I know a senior this year? Because of how she personally applies literature and how she makes those ties and how she gets into it and makes it something of her own is really a gift. And it's something that I've loved seeing her do. More importantly, I've loved watching her struggle and overcoming those struggles and growing from struggles. And it's just been so awesome to see. And in fact, when I saw her in the halls, I'm like, wait, you're a senior? How can you be a senior? Because we all go through our struggles, and the qualities that she has is what is going to take her from here. And she is just going to excel in where it is that she goes next, Columbia, that we're looking at. So it's wonderful that you can take something as, I guess, universal as literature and put your own twist on it and make that part of your life, and that's what she's done, and that's why I nominated her. Okay, thank you.
endeavors? I hope so. You do? Good. Next we have Mr. Busing, known as Mr. Mark, and he's introducing Ethan. And if you guys could come up here, I'd also like to introduce Sam, who's working with Mr. Mark this year. Sam is a traveling teacher from China. How about that? A visiting teacher from China. He's with us for a semester, and he's observing and helping in the physics classroom.
So I nominated Ethan Smith for Student of the Month. He's actually a new student to Libertyville High School. He is a senior, but a brand new student. This is the end of his 7th week here at Libertyville. And he has made the most of it. He has jumped right in with both feet. He is taking not just my physics course, he is taking 2 other science courses, genetics and AP Bio. He takes AP Calculus, AP Lit, AP Econ, and here's what I really love. He's a little bit of a risk taker. He's down in the auto tech wing taking auto 8th hour every day. And I love that kind of kid that has the brains to do the AP courses and the integrity to take a course that actually applies all those skills, right? I mean, my course doesn't teach you a job skill. That course does. So I really admire that. He's also jumped in terms of extracurriculars. He's joining the math team. He's in Best Buddies, which is a terrific group here. And he said in a little note to me, he said, and I hope to join National Honor Society. Well, trust me, if the National Honor Society doesn't want him, I don't know where we're going wrong here, because he's terrific. His scores are stratospheric, as I wrote in the program, but it's more than that. It's the curiosity, it's the questions that he asks, it's the way he leads his groups and pursues academics that really is the reason he's nominated today. It's Ethan Smith.
Ethan, you made quite an impression in a short period of time. That's awesome. Where did you transfer from?
Moorhead, Minnesota.
Oh, okay, so it's quite a ways. Huh. Yeah. See, you found a friend. Next, we have Mr. Sullivan introducing Grace.
Hi, so this was my first year getting to know Grace, and I actually have a student teacher, so it's been like getting to know her well, the student teacher's getting to know her. First, I'd like to read what my student teacher had to say, because he couldn't be here today. Nick Urgel is my student teacher. He said, Grace has shown exceptional effort in math. During class, she asks questions that shows she thinks deeply about what we are learning and is trying to understand the concepts. Whenever she runs into questions with homework or about concepts before tests, she's been proactive in coming in and asking for help. I've watched Grace. She was on the homecoming court. I know she's playing doubles tennis with the tennis team. She's a senior who's busy and involved. And when I think of a good student, a great student, they're doing all this other stuff, but takes the time when they're not sure about stuff to come and ask good questions and really ask what they need to improve themselves and really work. She wants to go into public relations when she gets out of high school. Math's not probably her number one thing with what she wants to study, but she knows when she needs help, she comes in, she gets it done, even though she has all these other things going on. And what really makes Grace special in our class, I have her first period. She comes in, she has a smile on her face, she's positive, she brings the great attitude that brings everybody up. And that's what really makes her, I think, made her my student of the month. Grace Better.
Sounds like maybe she's your student teacher. Grace, congratulations. That's almost coming to an end soon, too. Hopefully on a different day than today, right? Nice sunny day to play in. Next, we have Miss Feeney, and she's introducing Daniel.
I'm gonna read what I wrote because I don't want to forget all the beautiful things I wrote about you. It is my pleasure to nominate Daniel O. as a Student of the Month. Daniel has been one of my finest students in AP Spanish this year. He's committed to the study of Spanish, and he has shown his dedication through his excellent work in Spanish 3 honors, and now in Spanish AP Spanish 5. Daniel serves as a role model for his classmates. He always makes interesting observations in class, which lead to more discussion. He takes pride in his work and often goes beyond what is expected of most students. What impresses me the most about Daniel is his desire to help others, and he's always helping other students in class. He's always willing to lend a hand without being asked. Daniel distinguishes himself through his friendliness, and he's very friendly, and engaging personality. His wittiness and humor bring light to the classroom, and he's an excellent, excellent dancer. For these reasons, for being a great dancer, I nominate Daniel as a Student of the Month.
Recently named one of our National Merit semifinalists, which is a very distinguished honor. And in that process, I learned he aspires to be a pediatrician. And when I heard that, I thought, I would want to bring my kids to you. That was, next we have Miss Leafblad, and she's nominating Jonathan.
Johnny and I are going to have a competition for whose face gets the most red here, because that's what happens to me a lot. So here goes. Everybody watch. So, well, I just want to say a lot of today, what people are saying today is about stepping outside of your comfort zone. And I'm Miss Leafblad, and I teach consumer education. And like I said, he will try something new. He will eat something new. He'll prep something new. He'll do something like with the job interviews that is definitely outside of his comfort zone, but he continuously has one of the best attitudes in class. Doesn't even grimace when he tries the pasta carbonara he was trying not to have a no thank you taste of, but he did it anyways. So he has a good attitude. Many of the things that we cook and do are new to him. But he's always willing to try something new, even though he was for sure going to hate it, right? But he tried it. Johnny's been pleasantly surprised by a few things in the class. Maybe not as sweet as a Mariano's cupcake that we had that day. But he's got a smile on his face, and he brings up the whole attitude of the whole class. And I'm sure many teachers in here can say that if there's one student that has a bad attitude, it can bring the whole group down. Well, Johnny's that positivity multiplier and brings a positive attitude and a can-do spirit to my class on a regular basis. And so happy to have you in class and Student of the Month.
And I don't know who won that contest. I thought you both were great up here. Next, we have Mrs. Brown, and she's introducing Sidney.
Hello, I'm Erin Brown. I teach dance for the physical education department, and I am so honored to nominate Sidney. She's definitely a student that I feel deserves recognition. She's just really one of the best, the top notch students that I've ever had, and she is just overall one of the sweetest people that I have had contact with this semester. She's always there to greet me with a big smile on her face consistently, every day, big smile. And then she's always the last one to stick around and say, Mrs. Brown, do you need help cleaning up steps from a step aerobics class? Do you need help putting away yoga mats? And she'll carry sometimes, how many steps did you carry back to the closet the other day?
I think max I've had is 3.
Yeah, and they're pretty heavy. So she goes above and beyond the call of duty to help me and also her fellow students. She'll be a leader in group activities, and she'll also be a really valuable team member when they're doing group choreography projects. She has just a great attitude after school, too, in the school musical. There are all different parts, big parts, small parts, and as an ensemble member, she brings the best that she possibly can at all times, and it's just, she brings up the energy and the spirit no matter what, no matter who she's around. She's just a great, valuable asset to every time I've had contact with you, so proud of you, and just I've really enjoyed seeing you grow from a Dance 1 student to Dance 3, and looking forward to your performance.
Mr. Gerlach is next, and he's introducing Justin.
I'm Mr. Gerlach. I teach in the Applied Technology Department here at LHS. I didn't have any problem choosing Justin as my student of the month. He has been now, he's kind of a legacy almost with his family here. I've had his 2 cousins in class many years ago now at this point in time, plus I had his brother. We're hoping now sister will join the graphics adventure with the rest of his family. But I've had the privilege of having Justin in Graphics 1. I don't even know how many times he's taken now Graphics 2 because he can keep repeating over and over and over again. And he says 4, so I have to believe him because time just all goes way too fast. But Justin is one of the nicest kids probably I've ever had. It's really hard for me to see him go. I'm very sad. He's a very hard worker. And this year, starting school, we kind of always get jittery and we're just starting, and I could not stop him from working. Like, we were doing a class project and I just needed him to pay attention to me, and all he wanted to do was work on the computer. And I got him to stop, and then he just worked on the computer. And then it was just over and over and over again. So, like, from that moment, I've never had to tell him to get to work. I've never had to tell him to do anything, you know, other than watch him progress and just work that much harder in my class. I probably have a million more things I could say about him, but I do want to present him today. We got a new printer, so I actually found in his folder, I went in his folder yesterday, and I found all images that he's done over the years. And I actually printed out a shirt for him, so that's for you. And then I printed, he plays hockey too, so I went ahead and printed him that too. So congratulations to Justin.
Your shirt to the pizza place. Last but not least, we have Miss Anderson and introducing Isabella. Oh, that's you? Okay. So you're Miss Anderson today? We have Mr. Schrader and Mrs. Kelly.
Hi, I'm Jason Schrader. I'm the team director on the G through P Learning Support Team. I have Sarah Kelly with me, who's Bella's school counselor. We also have other members of the team who couldn't be here today, but also are part of nominating you for Student of the Month. So we collaboratively kind of worked on something and put something together along with some of your teachers. So I'd like to read that now. The G through P LSTS selected Bella Lamar as our representative for Student of the Month. Bella is a senior, and since she transferred to LHS as a sophomore, we have continued to be impressed with her maturity and her poise. Time flies, huh? Bella is a person who handles any challenge that comes her way with a grace well beyond her years, and she has shown profound independence in navigating her high school experience. Not only is Bella a wonderful example of resiliency, she is a driven and dedicated student, working hard to be able to graduate early. So you'll graduate in January. Coming up here, that's coming fast. It has been our pleasure to get to know her these past years. In the learning support team, we get to know one side of a student. So we kind of reached out to some of her teachers to get some feedback and some statements from them. Mr. Reichert wrote, Bella has been an amazing part of the Link Crew program. As a second-year leader, it is fun to see how Bella has grown into the important role she fills. She's a caring and dedicated leader with a quiet confidence that the freshmen respect. We are so lucky to have her in our program. Mr. Ebling wrote, Bella has been a terrific voice in our philosophy and films class. She offers unique insight that often provokes discussion. She is willing to explore ideas and work them out with the class. She has a great attitude and is a hard worker. It's our student of the month, Bella Lamar. I did that without my glasses. Thank you.
And we've come to the end of our presentation, so thank you all again for coming. I'd like to ask all the students to come forward so we can take a collective picture, and parents feel free to take one as well.